To 4 a.m. Finance, where we focus on Bitcoin, gold, silver, and traditional markets and Forex. We're going to go over the monthly close here. We're going to take a look at Bitcoin dominance first here, which has had a massive tick up to about 60, and we're ticking back down slightly and coming back into this range between 58 and 59. We've got open interest right now, which ticked up to about 2.117 billion in open interest. We've got, let's take a look at the daily on Bitcoin here. And we'll just pull up a clean chart here. So, how'd this close yesterday? We had a closure above all major moving averages, right? We're above all the major moving averages here, above the green 55, the yellow 21. That's bullish. Let's take a look at the 2-day here. 2-day Stokes right now, they were snaking around right here and getting back up in, rejecting the bearish control zone, entering. So turning back up, usually when we get a snake around like that, carries the momentum. And by the way, that is the first time the Stokes are breaking out of the 2-day Stokes are breaking out of the bearish control zone since 2018. Sorry, that's July 19th last year. So that's significant momentum to the upside. Let's take a look at the monthly here. So monthly, long term, again, Stokes getting into the bullish control zone for the first time since, that was 2016, April 2016. So that's important there. Speaking to the long-term health, the closure we saw here, speaking of the long-term health of this asset on the monthly close, we could still have a $2,000 dump, maybe back down to here and still maintain, the long-term health of this asset in an uptrend. If you're a day trader, that's probably not very helpful. But when you're speaking to the macro, that is probably a little bit more helpful if you're thinking 2 or 3 years down the road. Let's take a look at the quarterly here, and the way the quarterly closed, bullish long term. Again, I'm going to say something a little crazy here. It wouldn't be, out of the cards for Bitcoin to tap, 14,500, 16,000 up at this level. Could pull back, as low as probably, this level right here around 9,100. We could get a backfill right there, but long term, I think, very bullish with the quarterly close. That's the 3-month close right there. So could see some short-term downside. I would consider that would be a buying opportunity with the quarterly close. I think the way it closed, it really took out the this coming into the cards. A test down here, but nothing's unheard of in Bitcoin land. So let's take a look at, as long as we close the next quarterly, let's see, the next quarterly closes above here, 10,400, then Stokes will remain to the upside, which these Stokes are kind of waning here. and that's on the quarterly. So we're kind of waning here, but they'll remain to the upside as long as we close this next monthly above 10,400. When does that happen? 3 months from now. So we'll take a look at that when that comes. Again, this is speaking of the long-term health of this asset. Bitcoin right now, though, if you take a look at the daily and the weekly, it's very hard to tell here. So I don't have a lot. However, with NASDAQ, I do have a strong opinion. I think the chart is a lot more easy to read right now. So let's go take a look at NASDAQ futures. And with the way the daily closed yesterday, this is called a long-legged doji right here. If we took this out to the upside, which that's where I put my little trigger right there, we take that out to the upside, I think we definitely get continuation up to 11,800, 11,850, somewhere in this region, which it looks like it's happening right now because we just got a tick above. It was a daily closure here, or a tick above here, and or a daily closure above 11,450, or a tick above there, continuation to 11,850. And since we have such a high correlation with NASDAQ and Bitcoin, I think that's absolutely going to correlate with Bitcoin breaking this major area at 10,800, and I think it probably leads to continuation, if I had to guess, up to that 11,100 region. If we can take that out on a daily, we got continuation to upside targets, areas of interest at 11.3, 11.5, 11.8. So let's keep going on down here. Again, on Bitcoin, if I had to use a 2-hour or a 4-hour chart, I would use these same areas I was using yesterday's for alert, 10,620. If we get a 2-hour or 4-hour closure below that level, likely continuation down to 10,350, this region. If we break below there, again, continuation down to 10,100. Let's take a look at the CME closure. CMEs were bullish. The way we close this monthly here, again, it was just a bullish close. We made it. Stokes are just pointed up. We touched the red 10, and I think we're just angled to the upside here in general. But here's another important one. Let's take a look at Dixie, the dollar. I'm going to take a look at this monthly close really quick here. And look, we did have a bullish engulfing candle here where we took out this red candle. Again, we were speaking to this asset hitting a low. Short term, I'm looking at some downside. Maybe we touch back down to this, the cyan 89. Let's take out our take a look at the charts here. So let's look at it on a weekly. So what could happen to this asset here? Again, we're calling this trend line here, this being a low. We could reject here the yellow 21 and maybe grind this out a little bit more. But so with the dollar right now, I'm short-term, medium-term bearish. Probably come test down this region at 93.25. But long-term bullish over the next 5 to 10 months. I think this probably initiates a target back up to $96, $97. We've got just take a look at this. I mean, you can just look at it on a on a weekly. Let's take a look on a monthly. So we've got this major uptrend and this support line. What this shows is it's likely to break somewhere mid look at this on a quarterly basis. We've got this ascending triangle, and these usually break about 75% full. So somewhere early 2022, this formation is likely to break. And again, I think we're angled to the upside here. Another reason you can take a look at the euro dollar here. Euro dollar. So it's exactly the opposite of Dixie, right? So short term, medium term up, long term down. So we might come back up and test 119 again. But again, I think it's toppy, and we'll probably be coming back down towards the 117 target. Now let's take a look at gold, one of my favorites. Gold. So again, right now with the euro, we might test back up to that. Sorry, I can't see it there. We may test back up to this 119 mark, but long term, coming back down. Looking for a target down here at about 117, 114 over the next 5-10 months. Okay, let's take a look at gold. Gold closing up here. Gold had a massive reversal again as the dollar just declined a bit. Gold had a big rally into the end of the month, which I was surprised at. So what are we looking at on gold? The way the short-term, medium-term up, test 1950. That's probably what we're looking at right here. A test up to 1950. And low side 1900. Yeah, so we could test, 1950, maybe even low 1900s, which would be right here. Right? We get a test up there. But based on the daily and the weekly, this big closure, right? We get a test back up here, and I'm confident in this bull market run, we're going to get a test back down to the green 55 at some point, which is at about 1765. That's what I'm looking to get tagged. That I would look as a major reversal point. We could even, test as low as 1650. So I'm looking for this to get tagged somewhere in between here, which is, again, that's right here. I'm looking for this to get tagged here. Somewhere through the end of the year, we touch that. That'll be a major buying opportunity. Okay, let's follow this up with Bitcoin on a daily. Here's what we're looking for. On a day, let's put it down to a 4-hour. We can see what's going on here. Okay. Here's the way I would leave it off, guys. 11,100 to the upside on a daily. If we get a closure above 11,100, I'm looking for targets up to 11.5 up here. Okay. If we just take out this daily here that hit on the 18th, the wick here, we get a wick above there. Again, continuation up to 11.5, 11.8. That's what I'd be looking for to the downside. Again, I'd be looking at 10,620, a 2-hour or 4-hour below 10,620. Probably going to tag back down around 10,350. We lose that down to 10.1. All right, guys. Hope you're having a blessed day. We'll catch up with you next time.